Virtues, angels of power and order. If dominions preserve divine order, virtues are where that order begins to move. Virtues are mentioned explicitly in 1 Peter 3:22, where Christ is described as having gone into heaven and is at the right hand of God, with angels, authorities, and powers having been subjected to him. In the wider biblical pattern, virtues are traditionally associated with divine power in action, not raw force, but power channeled according to God's will. The name itself reveals their role. The word virtue comes from the Latin virtus, meaning strength, energy, or active power. In Scripture, power is never random. God does not release energy without purpose. When power moves, it moves intentionally. Virtues represent that movement. They are not portrayed as warriors or messengers. Instead, they are associated with the operations of God's power within creation, sustaining the natural order, governing forces beyond human control, and ensuring that creation functions according to the design established in heaven. In simple terms, virtues are where heaven touches the mechanics of the world. When Scripture speaks of God sustaining all things by his power, virtues are understood as the agents through which that sustaining order is carried out. They are not the source of power. God is, but they are the means by which his power flows without chaos or collapse. This may help explain why Scripture often connects divine power with transformation rather than destruction. Power heals, power restores, power strengthens, and virtues reflect that aspect of God's authority. In the biblical worldview, creation is not self-maintaining. The universe does not run on autopilot. It is upheld, moment by moment, by the will of God. And virtues are associated with that continuous expression of divine strength. That means power in heaven is not about domination, it is about stability. Virtues show us that God's strength is not reckless or overwhelming. It is precise, purposeful, and sustaining, always serving life, order, and holiness. But power also requires protection. Because where order is maintained and power is released, there must be guardians who ensure that nothing disrupts what God has set in place. And that brings us to the next rank of angels, those Scripture associates with resistance, defense, and restraint.